What's going on YouTube? My name is Omar and welcome back to another Let's Play with Millwall in Football Manager 2021. We're still in the beta stage, so to speak. However, we're into October, a few games into the season. Let's see how we've done in the last few games since you was last with us, and that was a 2-1 defeat away to Crystal Palace and our exit of the Carabao Cup in the second round. We've had 3 games since. If you're an eagle-eyed viewer, you might be able to see at the bottom in the results. However, let's get into the highlights of those 3 games. Didn't really have a highlight for the first game. It was a 0-0 draw at the New York City Stadium. Yes, New York City. I know it's weird for a team like Rotherham. And that was a 0-0 draw away to Rotherham, like I said. Conor Mahoney had a goal disallowed in the 69th minute. My big takeaway from this game was our lack of cutting edge. So, as you can see from the match stats, I'm always one for this, and especially this year with the XG coming into play. Our expected goal ratio should have been 1.43, so you're safe to assume we should have scored a goal in this game. We kept Rotherham down to the bare minimum, we dominated possession, created more chances, had more corners, we was all over them basically all game. And for me, the key downfall was obviously our forward line underperforming. I've changed a few things in recent games that you'll start to see in the Swansea game that's obviously coming up as well, that you can see in the highlights. But it was a big disappointment. I think, you know, teams like Rotherham, and especially the team we're playing today in the live commentary team, and that's Wycombe Wanderers, these are games we should be winning if we're looking to push on and be a good side. Key performers, I mean, everyone else is doing it right so far. You know, Hutchinson, Cooper, Malone, Woods, Thompson. It's a common theme in the midfield and the defence that were quite solid so far. So that's pleasing on the eye. We'll go on to the next game now, and that was at home to Brentford. So here was that Brentford game, and a 2-2 draw. Now, Brentford are probably the first side I looked out for this season where I was a little bit worried, a little bit, not scared, but kind of thought there'll be a good challenge for us, so to speak, and to kind of show where we're at in this division. 1-0 down early on through a penalty that in my opinion, was quite soft, but we managed to get a goal back in the 67th minute. Conor Mahoney coming off the bench, notably, to get a goal and make it 1-1. In the 79th minute, though, Rico Henry stepped up, unchallenged from a corner. We're in the ascendancy. I went to attack in, and for some reason, despite having Romeo and Scott Malone here, no one put a foot in on him. He kept running through and he buried it to make it 2-1. Disappointing, but I feel like that's a bit on the match engine side of things, which I'm not going to be critical of just yet because still in the beta stage. But it annoyed me no one put a foot in. It was a deserved goal at the time for Brentford, but never write us out in this game at the minute. Step forward Conor Mahoney to get his second goal from the bench. We're knocking on the door a little bit towards the end, gone very attacking. Williams picks out Mahoney, makes it 2-2. And that's a carbon copy of his first goal. Now, we seem to be having this knack of peeking people out, where he peels up on the left-hand side, Mahoney, Williams through to Mahoney again. Bit different angle, different positioning, but it was nice because Williams was also brought on as a substitute in this game. I kind of changed things up. Thompson was having a bit of a stinker, and Williams has kept his place in the side since then. The veteran midfielder, still doing bits for me, and still a noteworthy player, and obviously only 33, still got a few more years in him, right? He's a player that doesn't need to get around too much. It allows me to then move Ryan Woods into boarding midfielder, and he still does a job for me, which hopefully will demonstrate in the game against Wycombe in the live commentary. And finally, step forward our best performance of the 3 games so far, a 2-0 victory away at Swansea, Liberty Stadium. A bit of a bad pass there from Woodman. Alex Pritchard, again, another player called into the side, obviously our summer loan signing from Huddersfield, flicks it on to Conor Mahoney, who does the rest, and yes, that is his 3rd goal in 2 games. Hold your horses though, he's 4th in 2 games, shortly followed 4 or 5 minutes later. Again, neat build up, Troy Parrott and Alex Pritchard involved. Parrott then slips through to Mahoney to make it 2-0, 11 minutes in. I thought, bloody hell, we've kind of got away with this one here. Step forward Connor Roberts from Swansea, bringing down Troy Parrott here in the first half. We was running rabid over them. I don't know, one thing I changed I didn't really like was I was looking through I'll show you actually in the screens now. So Troy Parrott and the forwards in general, I was noticing they weren't getting many touches in the games. So you see, for example, against Rotherham, he only had 6 in the space of half hour. He had 13 in the whole of the game against Brentford, and he played the whole 90 minutes. And for me, I felt like we was missing that forward link. I changed him to a deep line forward, so he's dropping deep and he's getting more involved in the play. And I feel like we demonstrated that with the second goal, so which was pleasing for me because it felt like I was a bit of a tactical genius and enabled us to win 2-0 away from home. I'm not getting too carried away, but the performance was there. The stats are good. I know they were down to 10 men. We also had a penalty missed, which I didn't actually disclose with you guys there. Conor Mahoney in 24th minute on a hat-trick. Woodman saves it. I did actually try to change the penalty taker. It automatically puts him onto it because he was on the hat-trick, and I thought, you know what, I don't really like this. I want us to go 3-0 up and not worry about it. Later on, obviously, Roberts got sent off, and the game was kind of written off by that point. XG of 3.18, away from home at Liberty Stadium, sent me away happy going into the international break. One thing we shall disclose is we've made a loan signing, another one. Charlie Austin arrives from West Bromwich Albion. Yeah, I know. Charlie Austin's a kind of player that, despite never playing for Millwall in real life, he's always been in affiliation with us in a weird way, thanks to the 2009-10 season here for Swindon, his first season as a professional footballer. I'll probably get an image of it on the screen if I can, but he's missing the Wembley playoff final against us, sent us up to the Championship at the time. Great day, one of my fondest memories as a younger child, obviously supporting Millwall, and for me, he's always had that kind of affiliation with us since. We've played against him in a few games, obviously when he's at Burnley, QPR, and then now obviously he's kind of towards the end of his career. 31 years old, loan signing. I just felt we was missing the kind of star factor up front. Troy Parrott's obviously going to be holding that position for the meantime because he's playing well at the moment. With Charlie Austin arriving though, one departure that we did see that you won't really see on this screen is Kenny Sahor. So he was a player that's already at the club when I joined. If I can get him on the screen, 1 second. But I decided to take the option to send him back to West Brom, funny enough. Obviously, he's actually got a transfer already now agreed to go to Midtjylland in the January transfer window. But I just felt like with Charlie Austin available and with us paying $17,000 a week to Sahor, I felt we can get Charlie Austin for 20, and I feel like Charlie Austin will offer something different that we don't really have. And hopefully Charlie Austin can prove worthwhile and score some goals for us. We'll have to wait and see. The jury's out on that one, but at the moment, I'm happy about the decision to kind of make a change, so to speak, there. So here we are in the Championship table, sitting pretty in 4th place. Only 4 games in. I'm not getting carried away. However, being obviously the real fixtures from real life, I know the next 3 games coming up are against the likes of Wycombe Wanderers, Luton Town, I'm about to say Luton Athletic there. And obviously the game after that, I believe, my memory should be better than this, it is Barnsley at home. So 3 games, in my opinion, where I'd like to see us pick up 9 points. It's been ambitious, but with us kind of being a mid-table team, but obviously putting performances so far to suggest that we could be in and around it at the top, I want us to continue that and stamp home our authority and take the opportunity whilst we can. I think I've said enough. We're going to go into the game today against Wycombe Wanderers and hopefully get the 3 points. So here we are, match day with our nice little team sheet on the screen. Wycombe Wanderers, they've got a key few players to look out for in a Millwall point of view. I mean, Fred Onyedinma sticks out in the mind straight away. The young Millwall prospect that never really made it in our side. And obviously went on to Wycombe, seems to be nailing down the place there. And obviously in the Championship, they're struggling in real life. Jason McCarthy, the signing that never really worked out. A Neil Harris signing, signed to play right back and rival Marlon Romeo, who actually isn't in the squad today. And neither is Jed Wallace. One thing I didn't actually discuss, if I can get out of this screen, is the unfortunate time of the international break, and with that, a couple of injuries. Marlon Romeo returned with I believe it was a pulled calf muscle. There you go. Suffered in Antigua and Barbuda's 0-3 defeat to the Dominican Republic. And Jed Wallace got an abdominal injury, I believe. It was a abdominal strain suffered in training on the 9th of October. He's out for approximately, I'd say, 2 weeks. It says 6 days and 3 weeks on the screen at the moment. So they're going to be missing the next couple of games. I mentioned, obviously, 3 games, 9 points, the ambition of that. Step forward, Hayden Muller, youngster, kind of touted as the next big thing at Millwall at the moment. A right back / centre half, and he's obviously done a job for us in real life a couple of times. And I'm hoping that, you know, we have the option to bring him in and he can do well for me. I'll show you his statistics and his attributes in case you're wondering. He's not actually badly rated on this game. By no means is he a Championship level at the moment, but 18 years old, a lot of stuff there for me that, you know, I think I can see in a young player that hopefully if he plays a few games and does well, he'll develop quicker along the way. His arrows are all in a good direction. His training development's been good. So I'm really looking forward to giving him an opportunity at the team, and hopefully he doesn't let me down. I mean, I did have an option. I believe I've still got the transfer on here. Bear with me for 1 second. It's not on the screen, so I'll go to Brentford's. Brentford have this youngster at their club. I was looking for a right back kind of panicking and squabbling around, and he goes by the name of Mads Roroslav. That's the best pronunciation you're going to get from me today. A deal I think was done about 2.5 to 3 million with a couple of add-ons, and his value is not high. I understand that, but 21 years old, Danish, and to me, he will be a good player. I decided to pull the plug last minute because I've got Marlon Romeo, and then I don't think I really needed Roroslav to come in and rival him for that place at the moment. With Hayden Muller also being a young player, did I want to stifle his progress? I wasn't too sure. I mean, 2.5 to 3 million for a player that's not even in Brentford's 11 at the moment. His attributes are clearly there, so I kind of took the decision thinking he's not playing. By January, if we still need a right back, we can maybe go back in for him because he's not going to get in front of Henrik Dalsgaard at the moment. He's obviously the player that's holding down the right back's position for them. So I kind of felt confident in the idea that, we don't necessarily need to rush this decision. So I pulled out the transfer and we might come back to that. So one to watch out for there. Without further ado, I'm done talking. Let's get into this game. Hopefully get 3 points. I'm going to give them a quick talk, pump fists, tell him that I want them to keep the run going. And got a couple motivated replies, which is good. So I'm starting to get the affection of the players. I'm obviously bigging them up, training performances, getting on them, individual talking. Starting to build an established relationship with them. Hayden Muller is obviously motivated as well, which is important for me. Tactics just to make sure we're going to play on the positive on the front foot. Just keep doing what we're doing, really. Let's get this show on the road. Here we are in the 11th minute, our first highlight. Sean Hutchinson goes towards Alex Pritchard, who's dropped a bit deep here. He's gone forwards towards Troy Parrott. Easy collection there for the Wycombe defender. He'll mob up all day against Troy Parrott. I don't know why we're playing long. Bad pass, and Parrott's put pressure in, and so has Pritchard, but McCarthy's managed to get up the loose ball. And here we go again with Wycombe Wanderers. Ball forward here, beating our high line, and it's a good save by Bart Bielkowski there. I need to watch out for. Hopefully they don't try and do that too often. If they do, we might need to change our lines a bit deeper. There's an opportunity there as well, but Bart's behind that. Troy Parrott looks like he's giving everything, and we should take him off. What's happened here? I might leave him for the moment, just to see if he recovers, and it looks like he is. He's obviously taken a bit of a hit there. And here we are, 40th minute before half-time. Malone's Pritchard. Malone back to Sean Williams. Muller's on the edge of the box. He's gone for goal. It's cleared away. And that's the end of the highlight. I mean, that's what we're asking for. Thank you very much, game. Stockdale here with the ball in his hand. Should I say? Hands. He's gone long towards Hogan. Hutchinson clears it. No pressure on them. I have put press intensity on the midfield and attack. Ball into the box. And is that Ikepensu again? He's had 3 opportunities now during the highlights. It's been all Wycombe. Fair play to them. Not had lots of the ball, but they've come at us quick. Sean Williams getting skinned. Not a good sign. I'm not really pleased, to be honest. I'm not going to throw the bottle because, I'm not that angry just yet. But I want to point the finger at them and say, come on, I'm not happy performance out there. Show me a bit more. The back four's not really let me down too much. I'm not really seeing any involvement from them. But then again, we've not had any highlights either. Let's bring on Charlie Austin. Come on, mate. Come of the hour. Come of the loan signing. I know loans are like a theme at the minute, but the pandemic and all that sort of thing, boys. What more can we ask for? No Jed Wallace to bring on, who has been off song so far this season. I didn't really touch on that. He did actually lose his place for the Swansea game, and Halilovic seems to have done alright so far, but nothing so far in this game. I'm considering going to attack him, but I'm conscious it's going to leave us a bit wary on the back. At this point, I don't want to get beat. I obviously want us to win, but I don't want to go, Hail Mary and end up losing on the counter-attack, so to speak, here, because that's clearly what Wycombe are doing. Here's Pritchard, picks up the ball, carries it on to Mahoney on the left-hand side, decent knock. Mahoney on the left, been quiet so far, come on Connor. Ball into the box, he keeps going actually. McCarthy's tackled him eventually. Onyedinma then clears it, but Halilovic gets there. It's a poor clearance from Onyedinma. Williams to Mahoney, shots blocked against Knight. Woods again, that's a foul. I'm going to wait till probably 55. Oh, okay, Halilovic's injury is deemed got to come off. A thigh injury. It never rains. It pours in Football Manager. We now have a corner. Mahoney. Ball into the box. Charlie Austin's there. Straight into the hands of David Stockdale. Okay. Promising signs. I'm going to encourage him to keep going. We've got the highlight still going on here anyway. Mason Bennett over to Mahoney. He's beat his man Jacobson and he scored it. 53 minutes in, we're 1-0 up. Second half-time team talk's done bits for us so far. Step forward, Conor Mahoney for his 6th goal of the season. Unreal. Hutchinson wins his header. Mason Bennett just come on the pitch. Nice ball over to the right. Mahoney beats his man Jacobson to it and then tucks it away. As cool as you like. Mahoney's on fire. That's his 5th goal in 3 games. It annoys me as a Millwall fan. I can't lie to you because the real life Conor Mahoney, if he's strung together 3 games in a row, 5 goals, we're probably top of the league. That's the problem we've got though, the inconsistency. Anyway, here we are, 62nd minute. Wycombe are playing around the back. We're pressing them up high. Horgan is actually on the left-hand side. Jacobson to Ikepensu. We seem to be behind the ball nicely. Can we win the ball? Williams, he's trying. Here's Horgan. He's hit the post, the near post there. 66th minute. Wycombe seem to kind of weather the storm and have more possession in the highlights at the minute. Something to watch out for. Ball over the top, like high line, getting caught out. Horgan here has gone out for a corner. Right, 1-0 up. I'm not necessarily going to go to counter-attacking just yet. But we're going to drop back a little bit, I think. Should we do a Hayden Muller check? 7.1 rating. He seems to be doing alright so far. Rich Holland 6.5. I'm thinking to man up the midfield and go 3 in the middle in a bit. But I'll probably wait till the last quarter of an hour to do that change. We've done better the second half. We've limited their chances. I think they was on 5 or 6 shots in the first half. They've only had 2 this half, which is good. Hayden Muller's looking like he's given everything in this game. He's looking beat as well. I'm going to take him off, not through his own fault, but I can't risk him getting injured. I think Ryan Woods can do a job at right back, if I remember reading these stats correctly, and I remember in the past him playing there for Brentford. Not ideal, but I know he can play there. So he's got the orange unconvincing. So Ryan Woods can go to right back, and we'll bring on Ben Thompson or Hayden Muller. We're up to second in the table at the moment. If we can make it through to full time. 6 minutes added on. We're in the 91st, and there's a highlight. Ben Thompson here to Sean Williams. Over the top to Ryan Woods, playing right back at the moment, doing a job for us. Ben Thompson to Ryan Woods. Ball into the box. It's cleared away. Here's Mason Bennett. He skipped past his defender. Ball into the box again. Cleared away. Okay. I like this. Corner. Take our time with it. Mahoney to whip it in when he's ready, which is good. I like that. Game management's clear to be seen at the moment. Ball in, cleared away. Can we get first to it? We can't. Got enough players back there though, and it's the end of the highlight. We're up to the 3 seconds to go till 96. Woods with a throw in. Pritchard. Woods again. Ball into the box. Charlie Austin's there. He's headed it over the bar. Quite half a minute, but not been terrible. And that's it. Full time at Adams Park. 1-0 win. That man Conor Mahoney getting man of the match again. If you look at the XG, it's not been a game for the purists. I think, if anything, a 0-0 draw might have been a fair result. But when the opportunity presented itself, Conor Mahoney stepped forward and took it. So I can't be too angry with the players. I think I've got to say, well done lads, that was a good win for us. Might even be a little outstretched arms. I don't really know what that one does, to be honest. It's obviously building rapport with them, but I do like the old motions and stuff like that, and especially the arm around the player when you talk to them individually. So happy days. Step forward, Millwall Football Club, second place after 5 games. Brentford top, Millwall second. Bottom of the table, Sheffield Wednesday, who obviously had the 6-point deduction. If they didn't have that, they'd probably be around here, 11th, 10th or 9th. I'm happy with that, and I can't complain whatsoever. Got the next game obviously to watch out for, that's Luton. And then obviously after that we've got Barnsley. Teams languishing near the bottom. Lilovic is injured for 2 weeks. Not ideal, but what can you do at this point? I'm probably going to bring you back for an interesting away tie at Carroll Road. I think that seems fair. Got a lot of games coming up. It's a chunk of 7 in between the next international break, which is Sheffield Wednesday. We've got players injured now. Halilovic, Shed Wallace, Marlon Romeo. 3 players that, made up our starting 11 on the first day of the season. So not going to be easy, but the challenge of the game. So as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed, be sure to leave a like. Obviously subscribe, comment below, and all that fine shenanigans. And if you've enjoyed it, please give some feedback. It'd be always great to kind of get that from you guys and your thoughts from the next 5 or 6 games coming up, and see where we will be when we get to Norwich. So thank you very much, take it easy, and goodbye.